Imagine wearing the bodies of your fallen enemies just to sneak into their homes undetected. This is the gruesome reality of the assassin bug, a predator that stacks hollowed-out ant corpses into a grisly tower on its back. It's not just a trophy, it's camouflage, a biological disguise designed to bypass colony security. This is Primal Politics, and tonight we enter one of the most disturbing infiltration tactics in the natural world, the assassin bug that wears its victims to infiltrate enemy territory. At first glance, assassin bugs don't look particularly terrifying. They're small, thin, and almost fragile looking compared to larger predators in nature. No giant jaws, no massive claws, nothing that immediately screams danger. But hidden beneath that appearance is one of the coldest hunting strategies evolution ever created. Because assassin bugs don't rely on brute force. They rely on deception. The attack usually begins near ant trails. Deep beneath leaves, fallen branches, and rotting logs, ant colonies move constantly through invisible highways built from pheromones. Workers march in perfect lines, carrying food, larvae, and resources back toward the nest. Everything inside the colony depends on order, on recognition, on knowing exactly who belongs. And that's exactly what the assassin bug exploits. The predator waits silently near the trail, barely moving, almost invisible against the dirt. Then, the moment an isolated ant wanders too close, it strikes. Fast. Its needle-like mouthpart pierces directly into the ant's body, injecting digestive enzymes that liquefy the victim internally. The assassin bug then drinks the ant from the inside until nothing remains except an empty shell. But the kill is only the beginning, because instead of discarding the corpse, the assassin bug lifts it onto its back. Then it kills another ant, and another, until the predator is carrying an entire pile of dead bodies like a moving graveyard. Scientists call this debris carrying, but honestly, that description barely captures how horrifying this behavior really is. Because the bodies are not trophies, they're tools. The assassin bug is building camouflage out of corpses. And the deeper scientists studied these insects, the more disturbing the strategy became. Ant colonies survive through chemical identification. Every ant inside the nest constantly checks pheromone signals to determine who belongs and who doesn't. Friend or enemy, worker or invader, colony member or threat. The entire civilization depends on scent recognition. Without it, the colony collapses into chaos. But the assassin bug discovered a loophole. By covering itself in dead ants, it masks its own scent beneath the chemical smell of the colony itself. The bodies help disguise the predator, allowing it to move closer to enemy territory without immediately triggering alarm. Think about how terrifying that is. This predator is literally wearing the dead to bypass security systems. And somehow, it gets worse. Because some assassin bug species specifically target aggressive ant colonies capable of overwhelming much larger predators through sheer numbers. Colonies that can swarm insects to death within minutes. Normally, entering an ant nest would be suicide, but the corpse disguise changes everything. Workers hesitate. Detection becomes delayed. The predator gains precious seconds. And in nature, seconds are enough to kill. Imagine an assassin sneaking into a fortress wearing the uniforms of dead soldiers. That's essentially what's happening here. Except evolution figured it out millions of years before humans ever invented espionage. And honestly, that's what makes insects feel so alien compared to larger animals. Most predators humans fear rely on obvious violence. Wolves chase, sharks bite, lions overpower. But insects evolved something colder: efficiency, chemical warfare, parasitism, infiltration, mindless coordination. Entire military strategies happening silently beneath our feet every second. And the assassin bug may be one of the clearest examples. Because this isn't just hunting, it's espionage. The deeper researchers looked into the behavior, the stranger it became. Young assassin bugs begin carrying debris almost immediately after hatching, meaning the strategy isn't socially learned from adults. It's instinct. Evolution hardwired corpse camouflage directly into the nervous system itself. Millions of years refining one terrifying survival strategy: hide inside death itself. And the corpse pile isn't random either. Scientists noticed the assassin bugs carefully stack bodies and debris across their backs in ways that maximize concealment. The insect becomes almost unrecognizable beneath the mass of dead ants, like something disappearing inside its own crimes. But perhaps the darkest part of all this is that the victims may continue protecting the predator even after death. Researchers believe the corpse pile may also function like armor. When ants attack the assassin bug, many strikes hit the dead bodies first instead of the insect underneath, meaning the victims absorb damage for the killer, even after they're already dead. That stops feeling like biology, that starts feeling like horror. And assassin bugs are not alone. Nature is filled with predators that weaponize the bodies of other creatures. Some spiders cover themselves in dead insects to avoid detection. Certain crabs decorate themselves with living sea creatures for camouflage. Even parasites manipulate hosts into becoming shields and transportation systems. Again and again, evolution discovers the same terrifying principle. The best disguise is something the enemy already trusts. And ant colonies are especially vulnerable because their societies depend so heavily on chemical communication. Every worker follows invisible trails. Every soldier responds to scent-based alarms. Every task inside the colony operates through pheromones drifting through tunnels and chambers. The assassin bug exploits the entire system, not through power, through manipulation. That may be the most unsettling thing about this predator. It doesn't dominate the colony physically, it bypasses it psychologically and chemically, like a hacker breaking through security by pretending to belong there. And somewhere beneath the forest floor tonight, this silent war is happening again. An ant colony continues its endless work. Workers gather food, soldiers patrol tunnels, larvae are fed deep inside the nest. Meanwhile, hidden among them, a predator moves slowly through the chaos, wearing the dead, smelling like the colony, getting closer. And the ants around it may not even realize the danger until it's already too late. Because in primal politics, the most terrifying predators aren't always the biggest or strongest. Sometimes they're the ones intelligent enough to turn their victims into camouflage.